Okay, listen. Yeah, I know. The last video was like... half a year ago? Bruh. We need to make a new one. Here's the deal. Midnight is coming, like, really soon. So naturally, I started looking for what to main. I checked out all the class changes, some early tier lists, listened to what other people say, and...
Battle freeze. Holy fuck, bro. Big W.
Nah, I don't think that's for me. Let's see what else is there. Oh, did you notice what they're doing with... Well, you probably didn't because you've forgotten the spec even exists in the first place. There's like no content about it. The guides are outdated. Nobody even cares. And that's what we're fixing today. Let me introduce you to... Let's start with the basics. You are a DPS player. Despite technically being a support, but you're taking up a DPS spot, so you better play like one. See this Ebb and Might button over here? That's your main job. It increases everybody's damage, but even more your own. So you need to keep it up as much as possible. To help with that, you can get some tracker like this awesome bar over here. Links in the description. There are 4 abilities which extend the duration of Ebb and Might, and we'll explain all of them. Let's start with the first one, Eruption. This is your main rotational ability, and it spends your resource, Essence. There are 3 abilities that can proc Essence Burst, which makes your next eruption free, and... you will get it mostly from your crit buff.
Prescience.
Because you press it on cooldown. The other 2 are just fillers you use when you can cast, or when you can't. Oh boy, that's a lot. How about the other extenders? Fire Breath and Upheaval. Those are your empower abilities, which... yeah, that sounds fancy, but they're actually pretty simple. Fire Breath splits its damage into 2 parts, instant and dot. The more you charge it, the more damage it does up front and shortens the dot. The amount of damage is always the same, but you can control how quickly it's dealt. Upheaval does a knock-up, and charging it up expands its hitbox so it hits more mobs. That's it. Yep. I mean, I told you they are simple. And now, here comes the big one.
That's what she said.
This is your main CD, Breath of Eons. You turn into a plane, spit a bunch of sand on the enemies, and mark them with a debuff. The debuff stores 15% of damage received over its duration, and then, obviously, explodes for the stored damage, which is a huge nuke. So you definitely want to line it up with your team's CDs to squeeze as much damage as possible into that window. And that's probably it for this basics section. Let's move on to the hero talents. You have a choice between being a better buff bot or doing more DPS yourself. Let's skip Chrono Warden for now, as I'm almost 100% sure we're going to be playing Scale Commander because of how well it synergizes with our Apex talents. More on that later. The first thing to know is that Empower abilities make your next eruption stronger. Remember? Those are the 2 simple abilities. Those stronger eruptions then mark your primary target for bombardments. And whenever anybody attacks a marked target, they have a chance to call in your employee to throw a bomb on the target. The most important part is that when this happens, your breath CD gets reduced, and hitting marked targets with eruption extends the mark. So more eruptions means longer marks, which means more bombardments, which means more CDR on breath. What else is there to talk about? Ah, yes. There's also a discount version of the War Within Season 3 tier set, which makes your employees fly with you during breath. And, thanks to this one, you no longer have to target your breath because you just fly forward, and then you can even steer mid-flight. Let's check out the Apex talents. You've already seen this one. It makes Breath summon your clone, which casts Eruption, Fire Breath, and Upheaval. The abilities don't interact with your kit. No CDR and stuff. They just do damage. But the Upheaval does knock the enemies up. Things go 0 to 100 real quick here, though. While your clone lives, your ebb and might is doubled. Makes sense, I guess, because there's 2 of you. If we do a quick math, that's 32% of your primary stat given to the other DPS guys. Oof, that's a lot, to be honest. And then there's also this talent, which says that extending Ebb and Might also extends your clone. So you can get a pretty good uptime on double Ebb and Might. See how Scale Commander plays into this? More breaths, more clones, more double Ebb and Might, more fun! Now, I see you typing a comment like, but what about the other talents? The short answer is, well, we don't know yet. You can use this build as a baseline. And if you really paid attention, you noticed another one in this video, which may or may not be the play. We'll have to wait and see. The last thing I need to mention is Tip the Scales, which makes your next Empower ability instant and fully charged. Doesn't really matter which one you tip, but if you play the other build, it's always Upheaval. With that said, let's put it all together. Here's an example of your rotation. Spend Prescience charges, Ebb and Might, send your CDs, rank 1 Fire Breath, mark an enemy, tip Upheaval, mark another enemy, spend all Essence, use Prescience whenever it comes off cooldown, and then just press your fillers when you can't press Eruption anymore. Pretty simple, right? Well, yes, but let's move into the advanced tips section and explain stuff a bit more in depth. I haven't mentioned one talent until now, just to keep things simple. Breath reduces the cost of the next 6 eruptions to just 1 essence. Well, that's about as many as you need to extend Ebb and Might's duration past its actual cooldown. When that happens, you switch to like a maintenance mode, where you just spam your fillers, and you press Eruption only to spend Essence Burst. Using this method, you can keep Ebb and Might up for ridiculous amounts of time, like 3+ minutes non-stop. And even after it does finally fall off, you have like a 6 seconds downtime window. Plus, everything is coming back up, so you'll be ready for round 2 in no time. So tip number 1, press Eruption only to spend Essence Burst if Ebb and Might's duration reaches its cooldown. Tip number 2. This is a pretty obvious one, but don't forget to spread your bombardments to get the most out of the breath CDR aspect. Just tab target after the first empowered eruption. That's it. The next one is about general evoker utility. We have this hover ability, which allows us to dash and then cast on the move for some time. No shocking news there. Every evoker spec has it. You probably even knew this already. What is special for Aug, though, is that Prescience and Empower abilities have GCD windows where hover actually can be used. Check this out. Pretty cool, huh? So tip number 3, just abuse this. Tip number 4. This one is for all evokers, really, no matter the spec. Your racials can be used during the hover dash for some quick emergency CC, though it's not very reliable with Wing Buffet, so use it at your own risk. Number 5. We all know Rescue, the iconic ability that tilts people like crazy. You pick somebody up and move them somewhere. But you can also use it to reposition yourself by just rescuing somebody to where they already stand. But not many people know that it also breaks roots. But Not just for you, but for the rescued person as well. So mechanics like the gargoyles in Pit of Saron that kidnap somebody? Nah, just rescue them back to the ground and problem solved. One last piece of general advice. If used correctly, Roar is an amazing tool that can disable an entire pack of enemies for a while. But that's the thing. When is a good time to send it? The answer is rather simple. When you see a bunch of kicked casts in a row. Or, if you have this talented, you can use it as an AoE soothe, and your tank will love you for just that alone. Number 6. When people kick, you roar after. All right, let's go back to some Aug specifics now. Moats are better than ever because they give 3 out of 4 good buffs, as opposed to 1 out of 3 before. However, people don't like picking up floating orbs, especially when they often don't know what the orbs even are in the first place. So tip number 7, try to kite the moats through people as they float towards you. Yes, it's extra work for us, but that's what good supports do. And last but not least, yeah, even 2.5 years after its release, our spec is still incredibly bugged. There's an entire list of stuff that steals DPS from us by not reattributing buff DPS back correctly. Long story short, if you want to play for parses, keep in mind that these guys don't think so. Plus, you'll want to log your runs so you could actually see your DPS. Let me know if you'd want me to make a guide on that. So the final tip, avoid certain specs if you want to parse, and log your runs. With that said, I think we can wrap it up here. If you'd like to see a general evoker guide for our utility, just say so in the comments. Until then, have a great time in Midnight and happy supporting.